Paul Lakin, Chief Commercial Officer at Stoke City Football Club. So Stoke City in the Premier League, been in the top 10 for the last 3 seasons. My role as commercial is responsible for retail, corporate hospitality, sponsorship, advertising, non-match day income, and there's an element of ticketing too. So wide variety of roles, but basically income generation.
So as the Chief Commercial Officer of a club like Stoke City, a Premier League club, how important is the commercial arm of a club in Premier League, and what is your role in trying to evolve those things?
Yeah, really important because of the worldwide coverage that the Premier League can bring. So whilst I have a team that can facilitate retail and corporate hospitality, my key role is to bring brand sponsorship, worldwide brand sponsorship. That's where, with the LED advertising around the pitch, that's where the large sums of money can potentially be generated, and the incremental growth comes from sponsorship and advertising. So that's my key responsibility.
Yeah. And how do you see the evolvement of the commercial part in football over the next few years?
I think that more and more brands from around the world are showing an interest in Premier League, and I think one of the key aspects of that is that not necessarily are people looking to position their branding in the Premier League for the UK, or because of the coverage is over 185 countries. It's often placing the brand in the Premier League to bounce back to their region or to bounce back to Asia or Africa. So that's a key growth area that you can segment who you want to advertise to. And also secondly, I think that you don't necessarily need to be a brand in the Premier League for the whole worldwide coverage. You can just be a designation partner of a continent.
Yeah, and you just gave a lectureship here at IFBI. What did you try to teach our participants, and how do you think they did it through the course?
Yeah, well, I think the key thing I wanted to try to do is relate everything, all my knowledge, relate it back to how they would experience it if they had a first role back in football. So I tried to do workshops and also a seminar that actually posed questions of if they were a ticketing manager, if they were a commercial manager, and this situation was presented to them, how would they react to that? Having then given a lecture previously about the various subjects that I set workshops on, that's how I try to relate it, because I'm conscious that it's not easy to get into the football industry on the management side, and I wanted to give them as much guidance as possible to be able to do so. Their feedback was excellent. I wanted a very interactive 3 hours, so I wanted them to ask questions as they went along and to try and get as much out of the session from me as they could. And I thought from the first 10-15 minutes they asked plenty of questions.
Yeah, and what do you think of the idea of IFBI, the first international football business institute? Do you think it could be, it is useful for a football industry to
most definitely.
first teach the
Most definitely, and I think
job?
that there'll be huge interest, and I think this will grow significantly over the next 3 or 4 years. I know this is your first year and you wanted to manage the numbers, but I think it definitely will grow. I think there'll be big demand, and worldwide there's many people that want to get involved in football. And I think this fits a need. I think there's not enough courses like this. I think it's excellent.
Okay, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.